it's always hard for me to watch that. It's very moving. Mike, would you like to lead the body through the most important parts of the First Observer training program?
Thank you. As a sidebar note, that video was developed, scripted, and produced by this team here, and directed by Mr. Lowenkamp right there. You are the first group to preview this video. You viewed the premiere, so to speak, and I think they did an excellent job putting that together. Welcome to the First Observer training course. This training in the full classroom version ordinarily takes about an hour as we discuss your evolving role in national security. Today we are spending about 15 minutes providing a refresher version of the training. Now, I'm not going to read the mission statement. You can do that yourself, but I would like to comment on some of the key words. Observe, assess, and report. You've heard them already. You'll hear them several more times. And that is what we're asking you to do as first observers. To observe, assess, and report those things that you deem as unusual or a potential security threat. So how does it work? You observe something that's suspicious, you assess that it's unusual, and you report it. The assessment means that we want you to follow your instincts. You provide the assessment because you know if it doesn't look right in your own domain. If you think there's a possible threat, then make the call. And what happens when you make the call? Well, your call is routed to one of our security analysts at the call center, and they'll take all your information in your report, and they'll forward that to the ISAC, the Information Sharing and Analysis Center. It's located in Washington, D.C. It's a federal center, and it's staffed by all the alphabet agencies you've heard of, the FBI, CIA, NSA, etc. And as the name would imply, information sharing. Information is shared in real time right now, and that's something that's unique to the First Observer program and new since 9/11. That information that you provided is pushed out to local and federal law enforcement agencies so that they may act appropriately to stop terrorist attacks. But it's also important to remember and recognize that First Observer does not replace 911. If what you're observing is imminent or an emergency, then call 911. First Observer is meant to enhance the existing reporting systems, not replace them. If you're unsure, call 911 first. If you do make a call, we'll take your information any way you can give it. But if there's time, this is the typical reporting format that our security analysts will walk you through. It's called the ITOC. And it can be found on the back side of the First Observer card we will be sending you. One note, however, when providing descriptions of activities and related details, don't guess. In the case of the DC sniper, law enforcement was initially looking for the wrong vehicle because of an inaccurate report. Now, the terrorists, who are they? You know, prior to 9/11, we were in denial. Many believed the terrorists were crude, cowardly, and unsophisticated, and they proved us wrong in that one case. But ordinarily, we would spend considerable time discussing the various terrorist groups. However, the underlying purpose of this slide is to demonstrate how it's not the terrorist appearance you should focus on, rather it's their actions. As you can see in the images here in the pictures, terrorists are as ethnically diverse as the rest of the population. First Observer does not want you to profile appearances. Now, simply helping to raise your situational awareness, let's discuss some of the terrorist tools. There are many tools a terrorist might use today, and I'm highlighting the two most popular, which we have seen a lot of in the news. Beginning with firearms, they're easy to conceal, they're easy to obtain, and they're simple to mount, and they can be used for a variety of terrorist activities. The downside is, for the terrorists, they must be present to execute an attack. Package bombs, however, are easy to construct as well and employ, but the attacker does not have to be present necessarily to perpetrate an attack, and they can be used to trigger more dangerous materials, such as when they're attached to a hazmat load. Now, to give you an idea of what a 15-pound package bomb might look like, as displayed here is Eric Rudolph's bomb package that he used in the Olympic Park, which killed 2 people and injured 111. Let me show you this short video of a 15-pound package bomb. Now, this bomb and this live fire demonstration was put together specifically for the First Observer program so that we could demonstrate to you the destructive force of a small detonating device. And the question is there anything to respond to here? And the answer is no. It's largely a cleanup effort. But what would a bomb look like 100 times that size or 1,000 times that size? McVeigh's bomb was just over 6,000 pounds and it destroyed a building. Now, how about an aircraft for a bomb? We've certainly seen that in the recent past. So how do we disrupt terrorist activities? Terrorists generally must complete all 5 of these operational acts to be successful. This gives us 5 points and multiple opportunities to disrupt a terrorist plot. With properly trained and alert first observers, we can disrupt them at any stage. Their downfall is they must typically succeed at every stage. And we have learned that by breaking that chain anywhere in the process, we can avert an attack. Now, as a real-world example to a couple of stages of terrorist attack, we have this video.
تمت عملية الاغتيال عملية مجموعة التنفيذ بالانسحاب وأثناء فترة الانسحاب يظهر رجلي شرطة.
This is an actual Al-Qaeda rehearsal video captured in Afghanistan. And what do you see that maybe they don't have in Afghanistan? And I don't know about you, but I've never seen road systems and interchanges like that on the news. So where are they planning such an attack? And we need to know this. We need to be aware of this. While we're able to enjoy the finer things in life in the United States, like this nice hotel, they are sitting in a cave somewhere planning an attack. We are being targeted. Now here's an example of the final phase, the attack phase. This picture is the Oklahoma City Federal Building, which was destroyed by Tim McVeigh. Yet even at the last minute, we can mitigate the damage from an attack by observing, assessing, and reporting suspicious activities, especially if you deem them to be imminent. We normally or ordinarily share several examples of this occurring and where even at the last minute we've been able to mitigate an attack. Now, by Department of Homeland Security directive, presidential directive, all critical infrastructure in the United States was identified on a map so that we could protect it from attacks. This map highlights major bridges, utilities, refineries, ports, and other critical infrastructure. And the reason I show you this, the reason Teamster involvement First Observer is so important is, as you can see by the areas in red, Teamsters are uniquely located to keep an eye on our infrastructure. And if this map were overlaid with Teamster jurisdictional boundaries, then it would be entirely covered in red. Teamster's importance to our national security cannot be overstated. First Observer is about protecting our country, our lives, and the lives of our loved ones. And First Observer is about protecting jobs. So let me pass back to Mark for a couple of concluding remarks.
Thank you, Mike. Let us watch now a short video about a truck driver talking about terrorism and what we may be able to do to prevent it. Let's watch Tom the trucker.
Hi, my name is Tom, and I've been involved in trucking for more years than I care to count. Started in the warehouse, loading trucks, then a yard jockey, pedal runs, LTL, and then truckload. And all you needed was a chauffeur's license. Most people probably aren't aware of it, but truckers keep an eye on what's happening in our world. And I knew about terrorism and terrorists, but it was always in some country that I had never heard of. Geography's changed a lot since I was in high school. I was hauling hazmat out of Arkansas and Oklahoma on April 19th, 1995, when I heard a name I was familiar with, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. One of our own homegrown terrorists turned a rental truck into a bomb and killed 168 and injured over 850 innocent people. From that date on, terrorism became personal. Maybe if a program existed that would have helped us to observe, assess, and report, we could have broke the chain of events that preceded a terrorist attack. And Bailey Almond's family would have a picture of her entering junior high this year, instead of the one where she is carried lifeless from the rubble of the Murrah building. Become a First Observer, because it is personal.
For more information about how you can become a First Observer, visit us online at firstobserver.com.
Okay, now we get to the call for action. What can you do? Well, you can go back to your local unions, encourage your members to become First Observers. You can take the cards that were on your chairs today, put them in your pocket now, Teamsters, take them home. There's contact information on there. You can call us. You can email us. You can text us. You can go to the website, teamsters.org/firstobserver. It'll take you to an online training program. You can call us. We'll come into your local. It doesn't cost you anything. We'll help you set up the programs in your local union or joint council. Any questions? Good. God bless the Teamsters. God bless America. Let's go protect her. Thank you.
To be at the forefront for the First Observer, and I think that all of us that can get training, should get training, would be the greatest thing in the world.